Hello out there, YouTube. My name is Michael D. Landingham. I'm a presidential candidate running for president of these United States of America in 2020. My slogan is Landingham for President 2020, we the people. The people's candidate for the people's justice. It's been a minute trying to get back on YouTube. Been going through a few things. I want to be short and sweet. The reason I'm running is because we need unity in this country. We see the injustice in this nation, and as an African American, it hurts me deeply. As a human being, it just disappoints, who we are as a nation. We're going backwards instead of forwards. You have people in our government who believes in the past ways of separation, division, to conquer, to keep power. This is a time, like any other time in our history, to come together with love and the courage and solidarity to find in order to heal this nation and this world from this virus, from racism, from hate, from all the corners. And I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I started off as a stand-up comedian for 3.5 years in Cleveland, Ohio, which I'm originally, from. And I've done I got 20 years of customer service and sales experience, so pretty much I'm a good salesman. And then I tried to get into acting. Then I tried to get into preaching. Then I got into motivational speaking, not a family organizer, what I was doing at first, then motivational speaking. Family organization is called All Landinghams United. That's landing a plane, then going ham. That's how you spell my last name. Landing a plane, then going ham. And so at the Republican National Convention, I went out there and I started my motivational speaking career. And I had a lot of people, a lot of dignitaries, a lot of people who, delegates, saying that I would be the next best choice to run for president. So I waited by the midterms of 2018, which the Democrats took control of the House, but lost the Senate. Didn't get the Senate, so that's all right. So it was really a 50-50 shot for me, and I prayed on it, and I had to go through in my mind what, I had to, look out for, but I had never thought I would go through something like this, and this is one of the reasons why you haven't heard of me, America. You see, 2 weeks after the midterms, I got on Facebook, and I'm on Facebook, Landingham for President 2020, we the people. Landingham for President 2020, we the people. And I'm sorry, I got a little spot right there. But 2 weeks after that, I was contacted by an individual by the name of David Van Landingham. Come to turn out, he was Donald J. Trump. Yes, Donald J. Trump. Here's a police report of the incident of what happened. Well, let me just tell you what happened. So 2 weeks after the midterms, the president contacted me, pretending that he was one of my fake cousins. We talked for 3 days from December 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's all on my website, landinghamcase.com. That's landinghamcase.com. LandinghamCase.com. It'll show all the text message between me and the president. Now, just tell you a short, brief thing what happened. So Donald Trump researched my family history and saw what I was doing with my white and black family by bringing them together. That's what All Landinghams United is about. And he felt threatened, and in such a way he felt threatened. He threatened my life. On the date of December 10th, 2018, Donald Trump contacted me in text and on Messenger saying he knows exactly where I'm at. He wants me dead and gone. He put down the address, the street, and the building, and pinpointed exactly where I was at. We called the Cleveland police. I'll show you the police report in a minute. And all of a sudden, me and my brother see a military Black Hawk helicopter with Donald Trump texting me, he's above me, or I'm above you, what he says. And then when I got to, on the bus to go to the police station where I called, He's on the bus saying, no, he's not on the bus, but he's in the camera on the bus saying, I'm on the bus with you. And I said, I know you are. You're in the cameras. And he said, yeah. So overall, I don't feel like telling the story. So I want y'all to just to read it, read my my website, read the story on my website. Click the 3 little bars underneath the name, Landingham case, and start from Saturday and work your way all the way down to Monday continues. So for the past year and a half, oh, I'm going a little too fast. Sorry. The Cleveland police, after they saw the text messages, heard the phone calls about these military helicopters flying around over there on 79th and Kinsman in Cleveland, Ohio, on December 10, 2018, late in the evening, probably like 5 or 6 in the afternoon. And I told the officer what happened, and he told me 2 things. He said, this has to be government because nobody can tap into a bus station camera, a bus camera, a gas station camera, and the police camera. Because the reason why he decided to call the FBI, and I was shocked, and my heart started going, beat, 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 beat. And he said, because how did he know what you was wearing inside the police station? So that's a federal crime that the president did. So the past year, and I'm gonna show you the police reports here. I don't know if it looks regular. Heck, you can't flip it. How come I can't flip this thing? No, I can't flip it. Sorry. But yeah, Cleveland Police, Cleveland Division of Police details. The location was on 78th and Woodland, Cleveland, Ohio. Incident type was telecommunication harassment. It's kind of weird because it's backwards, but telecommunication harassment. Officer Brown, status open and active. The date was 12/10/2018. It looks backwards, but I mean, sorry about that. So anyway, the police took the report, and says Michael D. Landingham, victim from a telecommunications threat. And I'm just going to read what the officer stated, okay, in his own words. And this is what he stated. On December 10th, 2018, while assigned to the 4th District lobby, I assisted Michael Landingham, victim, who stated he needed to file a report. Landingham stated that he's been receiving multiple messages from an unknown Facebook account with the name of David Van Landingham. Further states he believes it is President Trump, and he has had military helicopters follow him around for a few days. Now, he wrote down a few days after the fact. From what my cousin told me, the day after the helicopter showed up, she told me that they were out there to fix power lines. They didn't dismiss that there was no helicopters out there. They said they was out there to fix power lines. Now, America, I know that our president trying to make us look stupid with giving us weird excuses about drinking bleach and hydrochloroquine and all that, but come on. Something isn't right here. Helicopters in the hood, flying low, military choppers, fixing power lines. Well, I didn't know the government cared about African Americans in the hood like that. So for the past year, I've been trying to share my information to social media, not social media, but to the media, to government officials. The House Oversight Committee are investigating. I had a contact from Senator Sherrod Brown. I got a letter from his office pertaining to get the information. I contacted, what this letter was? Yeah, March 3rd, 2020, as you can see. U.S. State Senate, Sherrod, where's Sherrod Brown? Sherrod Brown right there. So it's backwards. So as long as you see U.S. Senate, Michael D. Landingham, Sherrod Brown. So I'll just read it. It says, Dear Michael, thank you for your recent letter regarding your concerns about President Trump. We have thoroughly reviewed your correspondence, and unfortunately, we know of no action that can be taken by a U.S. senator to assist you in this matter. Therefore, you may wish to contact an attorney in this regard. You may want to contact your county bar associated for a referral. If you're concerned about your immediate safety, call 911. Do not hesitate to contact or call me again if you're experiencing difficulties with any federal agency. Sincerely, Senator Sherrod Brown, U.S. Senator. I got kind of confused about that letter, so I called them back, and they told me that the FBI was unwilling to give them the information that they seek. The FBI still has not given me a case number, but the Cleveland police did. So if anybody has any connections with police officers or FBI officials, I'll go ahead and give you the case number. Case number 2018/00372245. The officer reporting of the incident, Officer Brown, with the badge number B1687. So that's it. So overall, now since I kind of told my story, and hopefully you kind of follow along, that's the main reason why you haven't heard of me. The president's been using the FBI to keep my story untapped. So I talked to ABC for the past year. They told me they can't take my story because I'm under active FBI investigation. I said, if I was, how come I don't have a filing name or something? And they couldn't give me no answer about that. So here's when the evidence came about the president. I was visited by the Secret Service October 9th, 2019, 6 months ago. And, well, a little bit more 6 months ago. And I'm like, well, they came there and sat and talked to me. There are about 2 or 3 things I can't reveal. But the two things they said I will reveal to you. The Secret Service, I don't have their names. They didn't give me no cards. They didn't have any cards. I didn't ask, but they didn't have any. And they were both Caucasian. So I asked them, I asked them, what's going on and stuff like that. And then we talked a little bit, and then they told me, Mr. Landingham, we'd like you to do us a favor. We only like you to, when you get on the news, we only like you to talk about the campaign, your campaign, and what you can do for America. We do not like you to talk about the transcripts between you and the president, the text messages, the threatening text messages, and the military helicopters that he sent after you. That came directly out of his voice, his mouth. And then I said, did the president come after me? And he said yes. Well, they didn't say yes. They can't say yes, but they can't say no. So what they said was, Mr. Landingham, have you seen the news recently about the president? And I'm like, I'm kind of confused. What do you mean? So he asked again. I asked him again. He gave me that same answer. So I'm like, the only thing I can think about is when he's talking about the whistleblower should be shot dead about the Ukraine call. And there was the proof. But I'm reaching out to you now is that before the Secret Service came to me, I couldn't go record anything pertaining to this. They had locked me down. I tried to send stuff off my email. And as soon as I sent it, they knocked me out of my email, and my message went to Outbox, which I couldn't get back out. So anyway, but here's the proof here. It's backwards. I hate it. But as you can see, how this works. There you go. Candidate for president, Michael D. Landingham, filed May 20th, 2019. This is about democracy. And we're tired of using the same old people. We're not having the people in there that can help us out. I'm not a politician. I'm a statesman. I believe in the people unifying because unity is strength. Joe Biden cannot meet the requirements that is needed for the time of unity that we need. We need somebody who can talk about race in an open way, and that's the main reason why I'm running. And in order to unify, we have to talk about the very original sin that America's been facing. And as you see all the protests and what happened with Brother George, and how the president responded in attacking peaceful protests day in and day out across this country, and then trying to set Antifa to make Antifa look like they're a terrorist organization, but really is the white nationalist movement and the KKK. And I think Trump said he's a nationalist. Then Trump said something about drinking bleach. Just making sure. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm on Facebook, Landingham for President 2020, We the People. I do a lot of live posts on there. I'll start doing some leave some videos on here, but I want you to share with the world. This president of these United States used military assets to come after an African American who is running for president, and still at the same time trying to cover it up for the past year and a half. And I have the proof. My story will be coming out soon, but to make it go faster, I would want you, the American people, and people around the world, free people who believe that this president is a danger to our democracy and the world. And he needs to be removed, but not just removed, but to heal from what he's done. And the evidence about the COVID-19 is real. The threat is real, and it was not, like it was a natural thing. It was man-made. Somebody in Sweden said, some scientists in Sweden said this morning that it was man-made because certain sequencers wasn't matching to the there was nothing on Earth that matches what was in the virus. So that tells you that that was man-made. They mentioned the U.S. and China partners in creating the coronavirus. Barack Obama brought up the coronavirus. Something is amiss, and it had to happen all right before the election. Trump knew about the virus. Trump allowed the virus to infiltrate America. That's why he took so long to do anything about it. And then now the racism, the racial injustice is now center stage. He's showing how he really feels about African Americans and people of color. I think we need a black man to bring this nation together, and I'm that black man for you. But we need more than just a black man. We need somebody that knows how to communicate to people, no matter if you're white, you're black, and be a bridge instead of being a wall. President Trump has disrespected his office, and I ask for the House and the Senate to begin impeachment proceedings again, just because of his actions, of inactions of the coronavirus and the response he had with the protesters. His language is inflammatory. He is being controlled by Putin as his puppet or puppy. And we as Americans need to think outside the box and choose someone that's really, truly outside the box. Y'all, America had both sides. The Democrats, Republicans, y'all both had both sides. You had Barack Obama, pretty much was an outsider. Then you had Donald Trump, was way an outsider. But now we're going with Joe Biden, who said, if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. Well, I'm not going to vote for you, Mr. Vice President, because I know I'm black because I see myself in the camera right now. I know I'm black. I know I'm black because I got a racist president who threatened my damn life. So you got to take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Landinghamcase.com. Landinghamcase.com. Please share my video. Research me, Google my name, see that I'm running for president. I did not have a chance to go out there to any states to get any delegates. My plan is to go to the Democratic National Convention in August in Milwaukee, and hopefully my story gets out by then. And then request. I can go in there and get the delegates to become a nominee, or I will run third party. But I'm here to give Americans a choice. We're not going to repeat what happened back in 2016 when we had only Hillary and Donald. I didn't vote. I couldn't vote. My conscience couldn't make me vote. I feel better about it. Now I am getting up and trying to do something and making a difference myself. This country is all about love, compassion, understanding. But you have the other side who doesn't believe that because they don't believe that we're all the same. We are all the same. We're all God's children. We're all wonderfully, beautifully, fearfully made. Just our skin is different. We love our kids. We go grocery shopping. We get our haircuts. Wish I can get mine right now. We need to be, and also we need to monitor our, we're out there protesting, so it really doesn't matter. Just stay safe. Wear your mask, wear your gloves, wash your hands. Keep your kids from going out there. Keep your kids at home. Don't be doing all that stuff. But this is Putin's plan to bring down America, make it weak so he can never recover. Well, Mr. Putin, sad to say that we're not Russia. We're free men. And free men can overcome any obstacle as long as their government has their back. So I thank everyone for listening and watching. I don't know how long I got on this thing, but I'm not doing it for, somebody had asked me, said, well, you've been running a scam and all this. I said, well, a year and a half, and I've been speaking and getting donations and not one interference by the FBI, which I'm waiting on the FBI to come by. I'll get in that in a second. But no, it's not a scam because I can go to prison for a long time, and I don't want to go to prison. So therefore, to get more information about me, go on Facebook, Landingham for President 2020, We the People. That's Landingham. 2020, We the People. For President 2020, We the People. I'm sorry. I'm on Instagram, Michael Landingham, Twitter, Michael D. Landingham, and my YouTube channel. So I need your support. If you can't spare a few dollars, you can donate on paypal.me/Landingham 2020. And if you can't donate because of the situation, the financial situation, the collapse, just share, because knowledge is power. All right? And I'll leave you with this. Like I said, I'm still under, not me, but my story is under FBI investigation. The Secret Service came by and told me that the threat was real. It was really the president. And for the president to come after me, think about this. I only announced 2 weeks after the midterms. And 2 weeks later, here he comes. And I'm like, what the hell? Why is he coming after little lonely old me when nobody else knows me? And here is why. He done some research about my family. Yeah. And come to find out I'm kin to the father of our country, George Washington, the first president of these United States, on his mother's side. Also kin to Robert E. Lee, general of the Confederacy. I was also kin to, what's his name? Clement Val Landingham. That's VALLANDINGHAM. Look him up. He was a U.S. congressman during Lincoln's term. And he pretty much fought Lincoln in Congress talking about freeing the slaves. My cousin was against freeing my black self, so I just wanted to clarify that. And so my cousin Clement started the Copperhead movement to fight Lincoln during Congress, which pretty much split the Union. So my cousin helped split the Union, just letting you know. So with those three entities, Trump knew about that, and he heard how intelligent I am and what I was doing for the past 7 years, bringing my black and white family together, the Landingham family, the Van Landingham family, the Val Landingham family with 2 L's, and the Val Landingham family with 1 L. I've gathered them for the past 7 years and said that we're one family, one color, one blood, under one God, for one nation. And I didn't have any proof when I contacted them. I just did it because I knew in my heart it was right. And I said, this is the reason why I want to run for president, is because this is the type of unity we need. And what I did with my family, I'm going to do to the American family. We all need to pull together. And for Brother George, I want to just spend a few minutes on Brother George. Brother George's life was taken by a weak man who thinks he's better than everybody else. And those other officers who were there were kowtowing and not realizing that you're harming a human being. And for the ones who came up with his his history, if what he did deserves justice for him to die, then let's look at everyone else's history and let the cop get on your neck and kill you. Brother George, I've heard his messaging. Sometimes, I heard that one message on Facebook. We're talking about our youth, our black youth hurting each other. How cool it is about popping the gun off and all that stuff. Then I saw his daughter, his sweet baby girl. Lord Jesus, I'm trying not to cry. But she got up and said, Daddy changed the world. And my God, that's just, and Donald Trump, don't ever mention Brother George's name again. When you talk about Brother George is the best day of his life. He's looking down upon all this economic. The man's life was taken by an officer that you said it was okay to rough up. You remember, Mr. President? You don't care about black people at all. You're a damn racist. You're a damn traitor. And I'm not going to stop until your ass is removed from office. Period. I know you came after me. I know that you're using Attorney General William Barr to keep my story from coming out. You're using the FBI against me. You don't think I have phone recordings and stuff? People tell me things and send me things secretly. And I should be putting it out there right now, but nah, I don't want to do that, because as a presidential candidate, I have to be very careful what I say, you know? And I've been saying this for a year, that the president of the United States used his military power to come after a black man who's running for president. Just announced it. Nobody didn't know. I didn't go out there and talk to anybody. He just came out there and just with 3 military helicopters. That is the highest act of treason for any president. That story will be coming out soon. I thank God that he protected me. I thank God when I saw that helicopter and my brother was there, and they didn't get me because my brother was there. They would have had to get him too, pick him up. After we just called the police, it will look pretty funny. But go look at my website, landinghamcase.com, landinghamcase.com. Read it from Saturday all the way to Monday, and you'll see he told it himself 5 times. One thing, I'll give you a hint. The name of David Van Landingham, right? Now, how do I know it's Trump off the bat was he has a profile picture of Donald Trump doing like this with his red tie. In the text, he said that Donald Trump, he said he really don't like Donald Trump. So if you don't like Donald Trump, why do you have Donald Trump as your profile picture? The dude is freaking insane. Now, a year and a half ago when I mentioned about this, the news, ABC News, Fox 8, everybody around here thinks I was just a joke. Didn't take me seriously. I think you're taking me seriously now when the president tells you to drink bleach. Or you take him seriously when he shoots at peaceful protesters with gas and rubber bullets. Oh, I bet you're taking my ass seriously now, ain't you? So I'm not mad about that. I understand, because Hollywood couldn't even make up this story. I want to unify this country with love and courage. And that's what we need to be brave, be courageous. Take a risk. Stand for your principles on what you believe in. I believe that black people, white people, Asians, Indians, all of us are more powerful when we stand united. We can do great things, but we have to do them together. And I ask for your help and your support to do that. I'll leave you with this before I go. To all the protesters. To all the protesters that are out there, not rioting, not causing mayhem. Now, early on, yeah, things were burning and stuff. Yeah, that was the first few days. But now we realize that we have an opportunity for real change, and we must not squander it. The president is hoping that we squander it. Get mad, start burning up stuff. Shooting, bang, 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 bing. Look at these animals. I'm about to call the military. He was willing to call the military as quick as hell. Do you think adding more fuel to the fire is going to stop us? No, it's not. Putin is telling him what to do. Putin told him to go over there to clear the crowd, because that reminds me of Russia. And he's standing in front of a church, holding up a Bible backwards. Then he said he didn't shoot no dang rubber bullets or tear gas, as we clearly saw it happen. See, what is going on is a systematic planning. Ladies and gentlemen, I can say this. It's a systematic planning when they're trying to beat down the black man, all right? They're trying to quell us. They've been doing that since we were so-called freed. And if we get it up in an uproar about what they're doing, like hunting us like game back in the day, because you got to have a license, a hunting license to kill black people. Oh yeah, I got pictures and everything about that. So if we got upset and tried to come together, the police will try to use force and fear tactics. And, well, back in the 60s, dogs and water hoses. Because that was their attempt to try to put fear in us and control. But this is 2020. We are not our grandparents. You want to fight, we will defend. If you want to talk, we want to listen. If you want to listen, we want to talk. That's basically it. But the American people deserves a leader, and it's not Joe Biden. I like Bernie Sanders. I'm more of a Bernie Sanders cat than Joe Biden. But you know, Bernie's just, had his heart attack last year, so I'm really concerned about his health. And that's a very stressful job. I mean, you got to be healthy, and I'm very healthy, thank God. And my record's pretty clean, messing up with my cousin right here, but they erased that. So, but America is still a great democracy, and we're going through something that needs to be dealt with. We need to deal with the original sin, which is slavery and Jim Crow and all the other things. Both parties have failed the American people on both sides. There's no question about that. I'm running as a Democrat because I believe in some of their values, but deep down in my heart, I'm a Martin Luther King Republican. And I'm progressive, I'm liberal, I'm conservative. It just depends on where it needs to match up in America on policies and jobs and education. I believe education should be our four most important thing to worry about, because without our kids being fully educated, they will be less educated than we are. And that'll set us back. So I will do it. And as your president, I will make sure our kids are fully educated and give them all the tools and the resources for our teachers and schools necessary that the Trump administration has been taking away for the past 3 years. When it comes to knowing how to cure from this virus, we're waiting. The virus is being created. I mean, not the virus, but the vaccine is being created right now. What we need to do is organize with the governors and mayors and county officials to get an assessment about what is needed. Now, if there's all the ventilators and PPEs and the mask and all these other stuffs are out there, then okay. But we should have done that before. But here's what we're going to do after. We will open as one nation. We're not going to open, in different states, because in those states, I believe 17 states had grown in the uptick of coronavirus cases. But there was no overall plan. Like, some businesses couldn't open, like sit-ins and stuff like that, unless you have an area you can sit outside. And, it's got to be a better plan than just going back out there and acting like it never happened. And provide everybody $2,200 a month for every 3 months. I mean, no, for every month for 6 months, because it's going to take 16 months, 16 months to go ahead and get everything together for the vaccine. So we got to open responsibly, slowly, and remember that no dollar amount is worth any one human being. All right? I stand for equal justice. I stand against police officers who abuse their power. Here's the thing. I hear the things talking about disbanding the police. I need y'all to really think about this for a second. The governor of Minnesota got booed. And he said, I can't just defund the police department. because they still need to do their job. Now, I just have a question before I give my response. My question is, if we defund the police departments, right? Like here in Cleveland, because we had somebody shooting 50 times in multiple directions in the neighborhood. Imagine no police came by. People can rob you, steal from you, sell drugs. Drug lords will come up and start controlling the streets. I don't think you're really thinking. You're saying we can police our own streets. I just want to hear an alternative, in a different way of trying to protect our cities and our streets without the police. So defunding the police, defunding something about the police, like their pensions if they act up, yeah. But no, I until you can give me a better plan about that. Like, okay, for instance, I had somebody would mention was like, well, Michael, you can federalize citizens and take over, because we don't know really how many white nationalist movement are in police departments. So I would take a second look. You know what? I'll take a second look at that and come up with a better plan. All right. If I got to federalize citizens to patrol our streets, I will do that, and you will be held to an account. Yeah. And then we instead of police officers, peace officers. So we will defund police officers, but create peace officers. And I'm not against the police department. I just, as a black man, I'm tired of seeing African Americans and minorities getting beat down, shot at, killed. It's a hunting sport. I stand with good police officers everywhere because you risk your lives. But also, if you stand by and see an officer do something like that to Brother George, how good are you really? And all over the country, we've seen police officers abusing their power, peaceful protesters not doing anything. You have some people that want to start mayhem and mischief. But do you have others? And really, with Antifa, let me talk about Antifa right quick. Antifa is anti-fascism. That's what America's about. We're anti-fascists. So hello, I'm a presidential candidate. That's an Antifa. My daddy was an Antifa. His daddy was in the army, was Antifa. We fought the Nazis. Now we have a Nazi in the White House. Somebody, he's a white nationalist, and he loves his daughter, and just all sorts of crazy things about him. Drink some bleach. I've been taking hydrochloroquine. We didn't shoot the protesters at the square in front of the White House. That was sad. And the priest of that church got pepper sprayed and smoke grenade or whatever you call it. She got pushed off her church for that evil man to come up in there and tell me, I own the Bible. Look, I'm holding it. Look, forget to read it, I'm holding it. Remember, I did stand-up comedy, right? So, this president is a danger to our way of life. He must be removed immediately. And the best way of doing that is to get my story out. All you got to do is share it, Landinghamcase.com. 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 One more time. Landinghamcase.com. Share it like the COVID-19 is spreading throughout this world. To the friends and family of Brother George, Amon Aubrey, I can't think of that lady, Keisha from Georgia, the lady in Georgia, Michael Brown, Eric Gardner, and all the ones that have been taken by police. My hearts go out. My heart and prayers go out to you. And as your next president, I will damn sure make sure my first day in office that I will pay attention to the African American community, because hello, I'm black. So therefore, and hello, I just came off the street seeing all this danger. I'm not in politics. I'm not a politician. I'm not a senator. I've never been a senator. I've never been a congressman. I've never been a mayor. I just know how to deal with people and communicate with people. So please support our campaign. Please share our campaign. Landingham for president, the people's candidate for the people's justice. And I'm looking for all the Black Lives Matter organizers. Please contact me at landingham2020 gmail.com. Like landing a plane, then going ham 2020 at gmail.com. I'm on Facebook, Landingham for President 2020, We the People, or Michael D. Landingham. You'll see two different Landinghams. You'll see two of me, which is me, like my first and last name, and then my first name. So reach out and watch a lot of my videos. You'll see some videos when I was at the Republican National Convention. And Google me. Google Michael D. Landingham, and you'll see, oh, he's running for president. Okay. So I really appreciate your time. God bless each and one of you. Stay safe. Protest peacefully. And if you see anybody starting and trying to start fires and anything like that, apprehend them, whoop their ass, whatever you got to do, and drag them to the nearest police. And officers, I ask that you stand down. I ask that you stand down from harming peaceful protesters. They have their constitutional duty to protest. So stand down, officers. Stand down. When it comes to the president, your 30 seconds is up, Mr. President. All these lies, all this evil stuff you're doing behind closed doors is about to end. And I'm going to end it. Landingham for president. Get ready. God bless each and every one of you. I'm about to go. I got to go on live on some other things. So God bless each and every one of you. Take care. And I'll be out there. I'm supposed to be having some kind of rally pretty soon here. I don't want to tell too much right now, but thank y'all. Take care.